Hey, hello and welcome Math 2414 Calculus 2 students to the Spring 2022 semester. My name is Robert DiGiovanni. I'm the instructor for the course, and this video is just to get you kind of acquainted with how the course is going to work, some of the expectations, and hopefully get us off on the right foot here. So I won't provide every little detail, but it'll be at least enough that we won't have to eat up too much time on the first day going through the syllabus word by word and stuff like that. So, okay, so I assume you know how to get into ACES and that you can get to your courses and that you can find the Cal 2 section 7. And here's our main page for the course. We are now in what's called Canvas. And just to remind you, all communication in this course will happen through this inbox. And I'm sure you used this before. If not, it's pretty easy to figure out how to send an email to one of your instructors. Just go select the course and then the teacher's there and you'll find me here. So you can figure all that out. All communication though, that anything I send to you or want you to send to me or something like that will go through here. Unless I send you a link to upload something, it'll come through an email and then you go off and upload it somewhere else. But this is our main source of, our main means of communicating. Don't email me from your Gmail or Yahoo account because I won't even get it. So, all right, back to the course. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to student view so it looks a little bit more like what you're going to see. All right, so first thing I want to point out here on our main page is this quote. Don't practice until you get it right. Practice until you can't get it wrong. I actually saw that quote. My daughter used to be in gymnastics and it was on the wall. And I just, every time I take her, I just sit there and read that. I love that quote because it really kind of, that falls right in line with what Cal 2 is about. And, we'll talk a little bit more about Calculus 2 and how to succeed in it. But I will say that, no matter what level you are at coming in from Cal 1, if we're an A student or a C student, no matter what, Cal 2 is going to push you to the limits, all right? It is going to raise the bar for you in terms of, wow, I didn't even think I could do something like that, And so you may have gotten by in the past by, oh yeah, I get how to do that. I don't need to practice it. Well, this course you must practice. And this quote, don't practice until you get the homework, get a homework problem right. You want to practice to the point where you feel like if somebody gave you another problem, you just couldn't get it wrong. And it's totally different mentalities. So anyway, all right, there's that quote. We are meeting on Mondays and Wednesdays, Zoom sessions from 11 to 12. Ooh, that's not right. It's 11 to 12:40. Let me fix that. Okay, there we go. Now it's fixed. We are meeting Mondays and Wednesdays, 11 a.m. to 12:40 p.m. in our Zoom sessions. Now, our first class doesn't start till Wednesday because Monday, the 17th, is a holiday. So we'll be meeting for the first time on Wednesday, the 19th. And you'll click on this Zoom link, you'll put in this password. It is case sensitive, so lowercase, uppercase, be careful there. Click there, I'll be there, you'll be there, and we will have our class meetings. Now, the next link here is the orientation video, which is what you're watching now. If you need to go back and watch something in it, it'll be here. And then we have our schedule. So the schedule is a very important document. I recommend you download it and print it and just have it. It's a much nicer file to look at through here. So here it is. This is kind of a layout of what we are going to be doing each day of the semester, along with the homework problems. Now, the Wednesday, the 19th, we're supposed to start Chapter 3, Section 5, inverse trig functions. Then we move on to hyperbolic functions, antiderivative, substitution, blah, blah, blah. And then these homework assignments. These assignments, they have page numbers on them. That's if you had the physical textbook, but you have an ebook. So you really are going to kind of ignore the page numbers and just look at the numbers. And I'll show you in a moment how we're going to do the homework. But this shows you we have an exam, second exam, spring break, third exam, and then we have a final. So there's 4 exams total. And our final is on Monday, May 9th, and it goes from 11 to 1:45. All right, so there's our schedule. Now the ebook. Let me go ahead and take you here. When we meet for the first time, I might have a student actually do this so we can see how this works out. But first time you do this, you're gonna have to go and register and stuff like that. Let me see, link to ebook. That's all I wanted. But you don't have to buy anything, shouldn't have to pay for anything. It's all included. So should take you here to an electronic version. Oh man, that didn't take you to the ebook. Let me try this again. Let me try this again. Ebook access. Ebook. That's all I want is the ebook. I think because I'm coming in as an instructor, it's not. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'll clean that up. You know what? Let me clean it now so I don't forget later. All right, so here's the ebook and the schedule that we were just looking at. Again, there was the schedule. Said we were supposed to do 3.5 problems 1, 5, 15, 16 through 28. So what I would do is I would go to chapter 3 and then click here. You can go 3.5. And if you wanted to get to the book, you just click here and this would take you to the book and you could actually like read through. Where is it? It should start here. Are we in 3.5? I guess we're in 3.5. I didn't see the section title. There it is. Okay. Yeah, so we're in 3.5. So this is like the textbook. And then you could keep going down. I'm just going to do it from here instead of scrolling 3.5. I'm going to go to exercises and it should bring them up. And okay, so you're supposed to do number 1, you're supposed to do number 5, number 15, blah, blah, blah. So you are going to just do all those homework problems, paper and pencil. You're not submitting anything online. Everything is just going to be you working at home doing homework problems. Now, I may ask you to submit the homework, but you have to keep in mind that I do provide you all the answers to the homework in video solutions. So if you look down here, I had the ebook access. Down here, homework solution videos are going to be videos of me working through the homework problems that I've assigned to you. 95% of them, some of them I don't do. But this should help you get through your homework. And the homework is practice. That's what it's really there for, to get you to understand the ideas. Be careful with these homework solution videos. Don't just watch them and be like, oh, I get that. I could do that. You have to try the homework. I always recommend try the homework, have the video there. Kind of play the video, see if you're doing the same thing. Play, do a little, play. Don't just watch the video and think you're going to learn how to. Just, it will not work, I promise you. All right, so you've got the ebook access where you go to do your homework or read the book, and then you have the homework solution. Now, class lecture videos, this will take you to YouTube. Now, I don't know why it's blocked. I'm going to have to figure this out. Man, what's going on today? Okay, trying this again. Class lecture videos. This is where, here we go. So it's an empty playlist right now. But once we meet and I start recording the Zoom sessions, this is where they will appear. So you can go back and watch them if you need to. And then I have old videos. If you want to go watch some older videos, you can. I actually have some videos on Cal 1 also. If there's some topics you need to go back and review, if you click on here, it'll have like, you know, implicit differentiation, mean value theorem, different things like that. So just some stuff to reference if you need to. All right, so that's our main page. Let me look at some other stuff. Let me go back to student view. So let's look at the syllabus. The first part just, again, tells you when we're meeting, the Zoom link to our meeting, password. Here's my cell phone number. Okay, so I really want to make sure you understand that I'm here to help you. So if you are stuck on a problem and you need help, make sure that you just text me, put your name, put what class you're in, and don't say like, hey, I need help on number 4 on the homework. You can say that, but then say, here's a picture of the problem. Okay, so take a picture of the problem, and then if you've done any work, take a picture of your work. and just text it to me and I'll help you the best I can. All right. You can always call me too, but texting is pretty efficient. So just be aware that I'm available to you. I'm also available during my office hours. These are the days and times for my office hours. Here's a Zoom link and the password for my office hours. Now that's open to all my classes. So just be aware that you may go in there, you may have to wait. You may be the only one, who knows? But please feel free to join those for me to answer questions. All right, materials. Like I said, you don't need to buy the book. You're gonna have access to the electronic book. We have a description of the course. I'll talk more about how to when we meet. And then the grade breakdown, like I said, the homework's not graded, although I may ask for it as a quiz grade. I may ask you to submit some of your homework. If I feel like you're not doing it, I'll say, you know what, I need to see it. But your grade is broken down, 10% quiz and participation, 50% exam 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are different weights. You can see the first exam isn't worth as much because it doesn't cover a whole lot and the material is not that hard. And then the rest are equally weighted. So in terms of participation, that has to do with your attendance, making sure that you're attending the Zoom sessions, and very important, that you have your cameras on. Okay, so I'm not going to run Zoom sessions where I've got 3 people with their cameras on and the rest of the class is just their names. That's not the way I want to do this. Okay, so I expect you to have your camera on. Now, if you need to have it off, that's okay. I mean, for part of the class, or you have a day where you can't do it, that's okay. I'm saying a majority of the time your camera needs to be on, and we won't have any issues. If you're not doing that, it's going to cost you points. I mean, it's a Zoom class, but Zoom doesn't mean that you don't have to be on camera. Zoom to me means you need to be present, and present means camera on. All right. Okay. Exams. Oh, let me talk about quizzes before exams. The quizzes can come in any form. All right. So I might just do a poll at the beginning of class. I might send you home with a problem and ask you to submit it to me later. It could be just you attended class that day. The important thing is that you understand that quizzes most likely will cover the material from the previous class. So if we have class and you don't do the homework and you show up the next class and you're not prepared, you might get a 0 on a quiz because you may not know how to do it. So the expectation is that you're taking what we learn, doing the homework, being prepared the next time we meet. Cal 2 builds on itself. Okay, and I mean, I'm literally, it does. Sometimes you hear, teachers say, oh, you have to understand that to understand. This truly, you cannot put your left foot in front of your right, followed by the other, unless you're up to speed. That's a terrible analogy. It's a pyramid, right? You have to build the base and then build up off of it. So that's the way this course works. So be prepared. All right, exams. All right, so this is really the most critical part of this, because almost your whole grade is exams, and you're at home. So doing Zoom, I'm very strict with my exam policy and the way things have to be. And for those of you who've had me before, I'm going to be very, very, very strict on the camera setups. So here's the way the exams work. You show up to the Zoom session, everyone comes in there, okay, great, hello. I will email everybody the exam. And then I will give everyone time to either copy the exam down, or if you have a printer, you go print it out. Once you've printed or copied the exam, you will begin the exam, but you will have to do all paper and pencil. You can't have your computer on in front of you. I recommend you get your phone and set it up so that I can see you and your entire work area. Let me say this again, you and your entire work area. So as an example, on our homepage, I have a picture of myself. I didn't do that just because I wanted to see a picture of myself. I did that as a demonstration as to what I expect from your camera setup. Notice you can see me, you can see everything around me, you can see the wall in front of me, you can see I don't have anything around me that I can use that would be an unfair advantage, like an unfair advantage. The computer actually would have to be off, but this is just to kind of give you an idea of like how far away the camera needs to be. And don't put it across the room where I just see a little figure at a table. I need to see you, the workspace in front of you, just like this. So no excuses. When you show up for that first exam, you need to have already practiced this and have that ready to go. All right. If you can't get this set up like this, you can't take the exam. You can't take the exam. You don't get a grade for that exam. So not good, not good. All right, let me get back to the syllabus because I was talking about the exam. So, all right, you start pencil and paper, you do the test. After you're done, you will send me a chat in Zoom and you'll say, I'm done. And then I'll give you 15 minutes. You can leave the Zoom session. You have 15 minutes at that point to take pictures of your work or scan it if you have a scanner. You have to somehow compile all of your handwritten work into a single PDF file. That's an Adobe PDF file. No JPEGs, can't send me a zip file folder, can't send me 10 different files. One file, PDF, that's the only thing I will accept, no exceptions. And so that'll be sent to me. You'll upload that to a link that I will send you. Now, I've got a little more about that a little later at the end of the video. I've got one more thing to talk about with that, but I'm going to save it. It's your responsibility to make sure that you send me the entire test. If it's missing a page, that's on you. If it's blurry and I can't read it, that's on you. So just be sure before you send me that file, before you upload it, that you know exactly what it is it looks like and what it is. All right, I will then hand grade each exam using OneNote. I'll mark it up and I'll send it back to you electronically. All right, behavior, just, we're in Zoom. Let's just keep it, don't be disruptive. Tutoring is available. Here's a link to the tutoring Zoom lab and then the lab hours. And that's pretty much it for the syllabus. So let me go back home here. Okay, we talked about the syllabus. We talked about this whole page. We talked about the syllabus, grades, that's where you go to get your grades. I'll skip files for now. Discussion, that's a discussion board if you want to talk to your classmates and set up study groups or something. That'd be a good place to do it. I'm not requiring any discussions. People, it's a way you can email your classmates, and then there's a survey at the end of the semester. So let's go to files. Files is actually a very important thing in this class. I've got a ton of information here. So first thing are the schedule. We've already seen that. There's a limit summary that actually comes from Cal 1. You can use that. Series and power series overview. Whoa, what is that? Okay, hold on. I think I need to move this into, yeah, let me move that in that folder. Oh, I'm not in student group. There we go. Move that in there. Okay, so on your exams, you are allowed to have certain things, all right, on your exams. And when we take our exams on Zoom, you're going to have to show the camera every page that you have in front of you. So these formula sheets right here, everything in here you can have on the tests. Now, you will have to open these files and print them and have them ready to go. You can't be taking your test with your computer screen open, looking at your formulas. That won't work. So I recommend as soon as possible, you go ahead and get these printed out. And also know what's on them because, during the test, you want to know, where to look for what you're looking for, right? Okay, that's formula sheets. Limit summary, you know what? I'm going to throw that in there for y'all. Okay, I'm going to let y'all have that in your formula sheets. All right, let me go back to student view. Hold on. There's one more folder in there that's important. Okay, course notes. So I'm going to be using these notes right here as I work through the semester. And so every single section has notes, and then sometimes I have summaries of entire chapters or several sections together. So as you see me presenting the material, if you want to have copies of these notes, this is where you go to get them. So like, for example, this one right here, this is a summary of chapter arc length and surface areas, a couple of formulas that you need and some visual guides on those. So just be aware that that folder has everything you need in terms of the notes for the class. You can't have that on the test, but you can have the formula sheets. All right. All right, let me leave the student view here. No, you know what? Go back home. I'm almost done. Yeah, so that takes care of all that. All right, I think, again, that gives you just a general, like, kind of overview of the course. We can answer any finer detail questions when we meet for the first time. So I'm about to send you an email that says, hey, welcome everyone. Here's an orientation video, and you're going to watch this video. And then below that, it's going to say, and here's a link to upload that thing. Now, what I'm talking about is I want to see if people are actually going to watch this whole video. What I want you to do is I want you to take out 3 blank pieces of paper. I want you to write number 1, number 2, number 3, just real big on each page. Put your name on the first page. I want you to take pictures with your camera on your phone, and then I want you to condense those into a single PDF file, and I want you to upload it to that link in there. Now, this is practice, so if you have trouble with it, don't be too worried about it. But this is your first opportunity to practice doing what you're going to need to do for the exam, because I really don't want you to get to the day of the exam and not know how to do it. So it'll be your first opportunity. And I will count this as a quiz grade, all right, to see if people actually watched the video and watched it to the end. So we'll see, it'll be interesting. All righty, that's all I have for now. I will see you next week. You all have a great weekend.